keep fighting till it's done.
A grandmother's fight to keep other families from going through the pain of losing loved ones to domestic violence. This week, the state Senate passed legislation that would create a violent felon registry. It's called Brittany's Law. It's named after a 12-year-old Geneva girl who was killed by a violent felon who was not truthful about his past. Kelsey Smith spoke to Brittany's grandmother today. Joins us now in the newsroom with more. Kelsey?
Don, Brittany's mother was dating that man for just 5 months before he killed them both. They never knew he was convicted of assaulting an infant child, information Brittany's grandmother believes would have saved their lives.
It's been more than 5 years since Dale Driscoll last saw her daughter Helen and granddaughter Brittany.
She'd run up to me and wrap her arms around me. They called her Shorty, so she'd wrap her arms around my legs. And I'd hear Helen in her room, "Hey, Mama." I miss being called Mama.
It's a hurt that time has not healed.
Something always makes this happen. Triggers.
Especially when she's in Geneva. It's where Helen and Brittany lived and where they were killed by Helen's boyfriend in November of 2009. Driscoll says her daughter did try to look into his criminal past.
All it said was assault in the second, which fit the crime that he gave her, that he was in a barroom brawl. There was nothing about domestic violence. There was nothing about child abuse. Yeah, he was in there for throwing his infant baby up against the wall.
In response, Driscoll's put her energy into Brittany's Law, legislation that would create a violent felon registry, much like Megan's Law created the sex offender registry. The Senate passed Brittany's Law 5 times. The Assembly has never considered it. This frustration prompted Driscoll to do something she's never done, share details about her daughter and granddaughter's deaths with Assembly members.
They needed to see, or at least try to visualize, what the reality is, that these guys are really violent. This was gruesome. There was an officer, one of the first responders, who retired because of this. As soon as his retirement came up, he retired. Worst thing he'd ever seen, he said, especially with a child.
Brittany would have graduated high school this year. Driscoll says having Brittany's Law become a reality would be a great way to recognize that. In the newsroom, I'm Kelsey Smith.
All right, thank you, Kelsey.